Aquarius, your November reading. I have a little friend down here who's a little clingy today. Oh wait, she's away now. So let's have a look at these cards. Luna will be down in just a minute. So this is the Queen of Wands. This tells me, and the Queen of Wands is often depicted with a cat. So, oh, I don't know if you want to see Luna's butt in the camera. Okay. So this tells me that in November you have been acting very much in your own power, and in the month of October rather, sorry, Luna's tail on my face was kind of distracting there. You've been doing what it is that you really love, okay? So you might have been socializing more. Queen of Wands is very confident and sexy energy. So you might have felt like people were gravitating towards you recently. Basically, I just see the end of October coming into November. Aquarius is you doing what you love. Some of you are acting a lot more like enterprising, entrepreneurial. Some of you are literally broadening your horizons, like the Three of Wands suggested. That might have looked like some sort of a trip, or like just an expansion of the mind and your horizons, metaphorically or physically. And this has just been a really good and positive time for you to gain some insight, and you might have just been like networking with people that give you a lot of valuable insight. It's helped you broaden your mind and kind of like gain more insight in what you can actually do, but you're very motivated recently. The Queen of Wands and the Three of Wands, pure motivation, and I really sense that it's like all around doing something that you truly love. The Princess of Cups, sometimes known as the Page of Cups, this is really an inner child card, and we have to satisfy our inner child all through our life. So maybe you've been doing things recently that you used to do when you were a kid. Was that writing? Was that reading? Was that mixing potions or something like that? But anything like that, singing, dancing, sport, whatever your passion was, cards, collecting stamps, whatever the hell it was when you were young, and that filled you up before society ever told you what you were supposed to be doing. What we love to do as a child is what we truly, is our true passion, that our instinctive soul, our soul just wants to do. So I see you tapping into that a lot, Aquarius, and I just see you thriving in October, confident, around a lot of people, socializing, maybe taking a trip, maybe expanding your horizons and seeing what's possible for you. So as we get into the month of November, it's a very pentacle orientated few cards so far. We'll pull more, clear them up and look at them together. Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles reversed, and the Seven of Pentacles. So let's see, material and money focus for the month of November. We will look at it from an emotional side too, but this is more strong for me for money matters. Okay, so you've got the funds, you have got enough money to invest it, you've got enough money that you're like saying like, I can do something now with this. The only word, I'm just erring on the side of caution here. The Ace of Pentacles reverses. Now be careful, because we go to the Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and back down to the Seven of Pentacles. Now while the Seven of Pentacles is not bad for money, it's a good omen for accumulating wealth, and it's more of a card of investment. The Ace of Pentacles says that there might be like a dip in your investment, or you don't get this a payout that you were expecting to get from this. This might just look like a job. Hey, I've been doing so well at work, I'm due for a promotion or a raise, and as it turns out, okay, yeah, maybe you do get that promotion or raise, but it isn't quite what you were expecting. Seven of Pentacles, Lord of Success, unfulfilled. So there's something unfulfilling. Meanwhile, it's successful and you're happy with it, but there's a little bit of a dip, and it's just not as much as you thought it was going to be when the Ace of Pentacles reverses. So let's put this as an investment kind of point of view. Be careful about how much money you're investing in the month of November. Meanwhile, it doesn't look like it will be in any way catastrophic for you, but you may come out with less, and that isn't really the point of making an investment, is it? At the same time, this can talk about a little bit about greed, okay? So you might be in a sort of more materialistic mind frame in the month of November, and you're feeling a little bit focused on money, and it's coming across in this reading like the Ace of Pentacles in reverse is either a missed opportunity in the investment sector, like, you know, you buy the wrong crypto, or you invest in the wrong stock, or something like that, or your money in the bank, it's not really gaining any traction or any interest on that. So you're kind of like focused on money, and you're disappointed, I think, with how an investment turned out this month. It's not catastrophic, it just does warn, I guess, just a warning that this might not work out as well as you're planning on it to work out. Okay, but what happens after this? Okay, so you meet somebody after this that you wished you had met before. As we end this month and go into the month of December, and we'll clear these cards up in just a moment, the Two of Swords, Five of Cups in reverse, and the Princess or Page of Pentacles. That's good. The Five of Cups, Lord of loss in pleasure, but in reverse. This is a good situation because it's telling me that there's new opportunity and new alliance and basically hope breaking again. So after you have this sense of disappointment, even though whatever the investment was made doesn't look like it will never bear fruit, it does. It looks like it is overall, like you're on the right track with it. You're just maybe missing something, so we'll clear it up. But after the fact and towards the end of November, the dust settles around that and you kind of realize that, okay, all I needed to do was wait maybe, or decline, or just say no. Two crossed swords. I could have said no to that, really. It wasn't like deeply necessary for me to have made that choice. Okay, and then the Five of Cups reverses. So meanwhile, we're pissed off and upset that this didn't bring us the result that we wanted in November, but we are starting to form new alliances now. And the alliances are going to be most beneficial and most helpful. When the Five of Cups reverses, hope is beginning to break and we're starting to come out of the feeling of disappointment and seeing like light emerge again in the form of the Page of Pentacles. So this is the card of a new beginning. A new alliance is made now. It could be with another person, or a conversation comes through. This could be financial advice, or it could be just somebody that you started putting in the groundwork with back in October that now is coming around again and saying, hey Aquarius, I want to work with you. I want to study with you. Let's research this together. Let's do this together. So some sort of a conversation comes through around the end of November that's pretty insightful for you and pretty beneficial for you. For some, it may be linked to this hobby or pastime or source of joy that you've been in a way committing yourself to more at the end of October. Let's look at these cards together. Queen of Wands, Three of Wands, and the Princess of Cups. Let's clear that up for Aquarius. This is great energy at the end of October coming into November. So the past energy is looking really hot. Three of Cups, another three of Wands, Three of Cups. I love this energy. Lord of Abundance, it's called, and the Five of Pentacles. Aha. So, yeah, so this makes sense, right? Matters of the heart seem fulfilled. Matters of what it is, like you know what your passion is, you know what your joy is at this point, and that's all very fulfilling for you. You know how to expand this and actually make it bigger, better. Three of Cups, Three of Wands, progression, growth, abundance, fertility, more. So that's all good, and you can make something from your hobby. You can make something from your passion. Those contacts you meet when you're out partying and socializing, they're all valid and valuable to you at this time. However, the money issue is starting to creep up now. Lord of Material Trouble, and this leads us into this kind of sets the stage for this November money issue that I'm seeing coming up for you. Okay, so there's another feeling here that your hobby and your pastime and your creative endeavors that you love to do or whatever brings you joy, you're like, yeah, but they're never going to pay the bills, are they? So you're having these kind of doubts now, and you're kind of having these doubts, but that this is never going to be enough, or like you'll never be satisfied with the money element concerned here. However, for me, it looks very abundant, like in terms of your fulfillment and creative self-expression basically in the world. But overall, socializing, fun, weddings, plans, celebrations, that all looked like it was pretty on point in October. So then we set the stage then for the looks like some more focus towards money this month. And let's have a look at this. So the Ace of Pentacles, it either looks like the wrong choice in an investment, or it looks like a little bit of greed here, Aquarius, where you're kind of biting off a bit more than you can chew, and it blows up in your face slightly. So let's have a look. Let's pull two cards for these Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles reversed, and the Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Wands. And the Hanged Man. Okay, very different contrast, extreme quickness, extreme stagnation and not moving suspension. So we have a huge contrast there, right? So what does this mean? You rushed into this investment. It came from, and the thing is, when we're in a scarcity mindset in a time in our life like the Five of Pentacles, when we're feeling desperate, we don't have enough, we worry about paying the bills, we worry about our future, we can act kind of desperately, right? And that seems to have been what we could potentially do here. The Eight of Wands, Lord of Swiftness. We take some advice very quickly. We hear something and we run with it. We put all of our eggs into one basket, and it might be bad advice, really, is what I'm seeing here, because Nine of Pentacles, you have a lot more than you thought you did at the end of the month anyway, and that encourages you to invest it because you have it. But at the same time, there's a rushed kind of quality here to the Eight of Wands. So I'm wondering, is this what happens? You rush into this investment, or you take the advice of somebody that comes in very quickly with some sort of a message for you, and you just go with it and you don't really think about it. Then what happens is, and what could just happen is, not that it is a bad investment, that it will take some time. The Hanged Man keeps us in suspension until we've learned the lessons that we're supposed to learn on a soul level. And what type of lessons come up in the Hanged Man? It's all about perspective. It's all about understanding our subconscious. It's all about understanding the subconscious on a collective level. So we're missing something. We're missing a link here, and we've rushed into something. And meanwhile, this isn't going to say that this will never fulfill, Lord of Success unfulfilled. It can still blossom and flourish. Look, I see very fertile energy here. I just see somebody clutching the roots here. So there's this sort of like panic or uneasiness, like you won't surrender. Exactly. That's the same message in both of these. Clutching very hard when all the Hanged Man asks of us in its soul lesson is surrender, please, Aquarius. Just wait. You cannot control this. You have to be suspended in an action for whatever reason. The reason being you're about to be awarded more clarity or better perspective. And I see that coming with this Princess of Pentacles, with a new opportunity for you, for new information to come through for you, which makes this clearer and kind of gets a move on with things. So we're clutching, we're holding, we're worrying about money again in November, and it's because we may have rushed into an investment. So just take heed. If you haven't done that already and you're watching this video, maybe this will resonate with you. Of course, they're general messages. It's not going to be for everybody, but there's a reason, however, that this doesn't take off the way you hope it did when you first made the initial investment or move or decide to put your money towards this thing. Then it does eventually seem like it will pay off, but there has to be a lesson learned in the interim as to why this didn't materialize for you just like that. And it seems to have been because of the rushed nature of it, bad advice, or lack of belief in yourself, or the fact that you did this from a more sort of scarce, desperate mindset, that it wasn't really done with the highest and best alignment at this time. But they will all become clear to you. But if there's something you feel like rushing into, just check, get a second opinion. That might not have been the best advice that you were given, okay? So let's see, the Two of Swords. Overall, there's a lesson to be learned, the Hanged Man, okay? So the Two of Swords, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Princess of Pentacles. It doesn't take you long, Aquarius, to bounce back from this and get over this loss or these feelings of like heavy materialism or consumerism coming over you. And like that can be kind of a heavy, that's like a bogged down energy spiritually, right? So let's see, Two of Swords, Five of Cups, and the Princess of Pentacles. Most likely in the month of November, this isn't going to be as impactful as I may be describing it now. You might not even really notice this in your bank account in a drastic way or anything like that. 10 of Cups in reverse. And the Knight of Cups. So we're back into this kind of creative expression now, very Piscean cards. Maybe you have some Pisces in your chart. Maybe you're dealing with the Pisces at the end of this month, Aquarius, that is making you feel very creatively inspired. However, this person you're dealing with at the end of the month seems to be kind of triggering to you too. Like they look like they just have it all basically, and they look like this person does not have to be a water sign, but it can be. They just look like they have it all, and they look like they're just so filled up creatively. They look like they have all the love in the world, and it's slightly triggering to you because it brings me back to this page of Princess of Cups. You're like, but I could be doing that. Yeah, but Aquarius, you're not doing it because you are you are aware it's bringing you joy, but you worry about the money attached to it. And then when you're back and confronted with people that are doing what you would like to be doing or something similar and they're thriving, it triggers you. The 10 of Cups in reverse, Lord of perfected success in reverse. You're like, I could do that. I'm so good at it. Like, I could make it even better than what they're doing. So that's why it's triggering, because, you know, you haven't made the move, and then maybe you lose a little confidence because the money issue isn't really matching up this month, and like you're having some doubts about that. So basically, it seems like you do begin to get a move on towards your passions again after you make a new association, or you have a conversation that seems a little bit new or for the first time. Now, it's not going to be like something that takes you out of left field, and the suggestions that come for you at the end of this month aren't going to be like, whoa, I did not see that coming. No, it'll seem very in alignment. It will seem like this is something that's kind of second nature to you, past life or this life. Otherwise, it's not going to seem like shocking to you when that you get this information. Like, it seems like it would be just leading you up to something that you've just been plucking up the courage to do. And now, like, you might hear the information like, oh, well, such and such is doing really well with this. Like, you're actually better at it, Aquarius. So how do you feel about that? So that could be what you're hearing, and then you're like, okay, I'm just going to go. I'm going to actually follow my heart this time. I'm not going to take the bad advice with people just telling me that I need to focus on my money, on my kind of like retirement fund. That doesn't seem like that is what is setting your soul on fire at the moment. Okay, hope begins to break again at the end of the month. 5 of Cups in reverse. You may have taken yourself away from this creative project of yours, or the passion or the hobby or the pastime, or even your friends or loved ones. You might have withdrawn a little bit, but by the end of the month it seems like you're coming back into the fold here, and you've got a bit more of creative spark. 5 of Cups, 10 of Cups in reverse. Like, you know what, they're not awful. The 5 of Cups is better reverse. 10 of Cups is not awful in reverse, but there is a sense of regret with these cards. So just make sure then, I guess, if any of this is speaking to you, Aquarius, and you wouldn't want to regret not doing any of these things, take that as a message. But in general, just take what resonates today and leave the rest. Thanks for watching, Aquarius.